it is Zycia's CyberPunk 2077 weekly update.
I'm waiting for one that you do that. You lead it up to it, and then you say, like, it's time for Demiran's new washing machine or something like ridiculous that has nothing to do with it. So first off,
now, I'm going to have to clip that out now when I put this on YouTube.
So before I get into the Night City Watch review that they did have come out today, I was looking for a mouse recently, and I actually bought a new Razer mouse. I got a new Viper Ultimate. And of course, as soon as I saw, like, I bought this, then I see this article. So they actually Razer has made a CyberPunk mouse for this, and it's basically just like the original Viper Ultimate, except it's obviously yellow, has all the nice cyberpunk features. It says they offer super stable wireless performance. It's 25% faster than the other wireless tech available, is what they say. And then also, the sensors, the DPI, everything is just, awesome and fast and great. And I was just like, man, it even comes with the dock. It's like yellow. And of course, I already bought my mouse. And then as I kept reading the article, I find out that it's exclusively available only at Razer Store for $159.99, but it's already sold out, as we've already mentioned that this is, as the posting was said. So I can't be too upset. I can't even get one right now, at least from the store, but this is an option. So if you are a Cyberpunk fan and you want to be able to play the game with the mouse, and if it's available before November 19th, you can get it. So
I guess I don't feel so bad that the yellow is so close to your green similarness that it's keen as a chroma key, and it's got the fish showing through it.
So the other news, the Night City Wire City episode 4 came out today, and they touched on a couple different things that we've been kind of curious about. Obviously, we're just kind of getting any little piece of chew thing we can get. Mm-hmm. So the top news from this, I'm going to go ahead and spit it out first, is Stadia fans rejoice. It's going to be coming to Stadia on November 19th. So same day release. I'm kind of saying this sarcastically. I'm going to get this out of the way. But basically, they've announced, they said it originally was going to be on Stadia, but now they're saying it's going to be released the same day as everything else, which is, fantastic. Great news. Can't wait to not play it on Stadia.
When we publish this video, can we cut a little bit of silence and put some cricket sounds in right after you said that? Just for dramatic effect?
Sure. I'll do that. I'll pause the video and I'll put that in for the Cyberpunk 2077 update of the week snippet that I'll do.
Yeah. There you go. So the big news they talked about today in the Night City Wire was that the different type of vehicles, and they went to different pieces of the vehicles, but basically they have 4 different classes. Essentially, there's a normal class where you can have your normal station wagon-esque type of cars, like your little Ford Pintos, which all these are obviously
boring class.
All these are futuristic style type of cars. And then you have your sports class, then you have your armored sports class, and then you have your luxury vehicles. So there's a different sense there. The other neat thing they mentioned
hypercar
is they have a lot of different all the interior of the vehicles are also custom. And the way that they just said that this in the way that they presented this today was almost like it's RNG, like how Borderlands does for weapons, but it does for cars. So they said every single car is unique in its own way, whether it's the exterior or the interior, everything is completely custom. So, one car is not the same as the other. And then also they mentioned that you'll be able to basically purchase cars that you like. You'll be able to, they didn't say modify them at this time, customize them, but they did mention that there's different types of cars, and some cars have some features that some don't. So I'm thinking there'll probably be some sort of customization there too. I don't know how deep that may go. I don't know if they're going to get to the Grand Theft Auto 5 level where you can really just customize everything. But they also showed that, all of that being said, that there's also the aspect of using these cars can depend on the type of area that you're in. So maybe for some missions you may want to use a bigger vehicle, like a dump truck style vehicle, whereas in others you may need to use a sports car or something.
I think one of the important things too about the, kind of the procedural generation of these cars is it's not like the Borderlands guns on guns, shooting guns, completely random guns, blah. No, this is what they're doing is they have a make and model of the car, and that make and model of car. In fact, it was just on the video there just a second ago that if you purchased it new from the dealership, then you have that new feeling car. But it could be that same make and model,
Right.
Perhaps was junked and used by somebody in the Borderlands. And then they strap things on the outside and they put solar panels on top and they mod it and change it. And it's like maybe rusted out a little bit. And the interior looks different too. So that was one of the things that they really paid attention to, was not just having just random changes to these cars, but rather that they had
character
story elements that are tying into the cars, including like where it has been used recently and stuff like that. Granted, you're not going to have like some like log to look at, anything like that, but it's still very interesting that they're putting a little bit more thought into it and not making it pure RNG.
Yeah, and they also mentioned, obviously with sports cars, people asked, well, will there be racing? And the answer was yes, there will be racing. There will be different races throughout the whole map. So not just in the city doing street races, but also in the outer lands. They said like they're going to be doing some of like the off-road type racing. So that's also interesting. The other thing they mentioned during the CityWire today was that the different styles that people will have. So there's obviously the futuristic style of like the cyberpunk look, like the pink and the yellows and the oranges and stuff like that are going to be used. But there's also going to be more of like a militaristic, so the neo-militarism that they're going to have. They're also going to have the other style to where it's like more like modern style kind of dress. And there's one other I can't remember exactly, but the point is that they're saying that they've actually taken the time.
Neo kitsch.
Yeah, neo kitsch. They're going to take the time to basically have different styles that because in Night City there's obviously different different groups of people, different types of areas inside Night City, so that all these different people that depending on where you go, you'll definitely see different trends, like different things that are happening depending on where you're at. So and
story-based trends, there's reasons why these different stories came about, but whether it's the corporate wars or after the corporate wars where CEOs really wanted to show their style different from other people. They really go into these like 4 different styles. The kitsch, the neo kitsch, the militaristic, the I don't see what it is because the subtitles are in the way. I actually have it up right now. But they have story reasons why these styles exist.
Yeah, and then the other thing they touched on with the cars is that obviously they had to do their own audio for the cars. So they literally had their audio team go out and deal with some of the famous racer out in Poland. Actually went to a track and they did, they set up an audio team. They said they had to kind of hire an audio team to help them because there's so many cars and so many sounds they're trying to get within the time frame that they had to just kind of get other teams to help them. But basically they're going in full steam ahead, like literally, miking the insides of the engine, miking the outside, the external, like the mufflers. And I mean, everything is being mic'd and they're doing all the different testing to really get was interesting. They mentioned the combustible engine sound. They wanted to be able to say that it was a combustible engine. Like you can hear that sound. And so it's interesting because obviously Cyberpunk is futuristic, but at the same time, they don't want just electric cars. They want to have like the actual gas engine sound. So that was kind of cool to see that that's what they're going with it. There was one other cool little neat thing, and I think you want to talk about it, Phoenix?
Absolutely. They showed Johnny Silverhand's custom car. And this man, he's a rocker boy. He's a rocker boy that was very anti-war, but he does get involved in the corporate wars and ends up dying by the hands of Atom Smasher. And he has this Porsche, and they have it in the game. It's the whole front of it is kind of stainless steel silvered, kind of like his silver arm. It's got red, like one of the colors of his rock band Samurai, along with other colors. And it's just this amazing Porsche. It is a 1977 Porsche 911 that is owned by Johnny Silverhand, dead by the time we play the game, but can be found in the game. So at the time of the game, it will be a 100-year-old car that you can drive. So super excited about that.
Yeah, that looks really dope. That I don't know if you have a screenshot of that one, but you can look it up online. It's super neat. It's part of this Night City Wire. They talk about it in there. So with that being said, we're going to take a small break, listen to a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.